Tim, we have so much to talk about today.
Oh.
It's Round the Last Turn, episode 3, baby.
Tornado time.
We have a lot to talk about today. I'm excited.
We do.
We're back. But how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm a tad tired.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm pretty good.
So today's it's Tuesday. This is the first time we're recording Round the Last Turn during the week. It's
for you.
It's dark outside, which was a little weird getting ready to do this. And also, we've had a tornado warning for the past 3 or so hours.
Yeah.
So that's fun. It's funny because I was pulling out of my office today for work, and my phone starts buzzing, and I look down, and it's like, tornado warning in your area, seek shelter immediately. And I'm like, this is going to be a fun ride home.
For me, I was fine. We noticed the clouds coming in at my office. Oh, by the way, last turn, I think I said I was out of work because of my thing. I'm not any longer. Today was the first day.
Yeah, that's why you're looking all snazzy.
Yeah. No, but it was fine. I got on the train. I came home. I got to my car, and as I turned out of the parking lot, the sky just opened up, and it was like some serious rain.
It was like that oppressive rain where you're driving, you're like, I can't see anything.
Yeah, no, and the sun had already gone down by then, so it was like,
oh, geez,
it was dark. Yeah.
Before we get to our main topic, we've got a lot going on recently. I mean, you talked about work.
Yeah.
I had a birthday.
He did.
Last
Happy
week.
birthday to Mark.
Big 25. Thank you. And I'm going to pretend like this whole YouTube thing isn't my quarter life crisis.
Yeah.
We all know what's going on, but we're just going to say that, this is normal.
I would never have said that had you not brought it up. I just want to go on record.
And then you had a very nice purchase recently.
Yes.
Purchase.
I bought a new car. I got a brand new shiny muscle car. I got a Dodge Challenger because it makes me feel like I'm more of a man.
And it's gorgeous.
But it is really nice.
It's a nice car. I haven't seen the inside yet.
Yeah, you haven't even been in it.
But the outside is beautiful. Anyway, enough about us. So our big topic of the day is Mystique Squad.
Yes.
Our last short film.
Our most recent short film, not the last one we're going to do.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, no, did we not tell you guys that we're done?
This is the finale.
I know we said 6 films, but we're capping it at 2. That's only our second short film.
I really thought that was 3.
Of this year.
Really thought that was 3. And that threw me for a loop the other day where you were like, yeah, we got to do 4 more in 3 months. And I was like,
yeah.
Oh, no.
We're going to be talking about today. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out.
Spoilers.
There's going to be an ID card up there in that corner. This is the first time I've done this. Look at us, Tim. We're like YouTubers linking to other videos in our videos. I don't actually know how to do that, but we'll figure it out.
When the frame's on me, it's going to be in that corner.
No, it would be...
No. I'm telling you to move it in the edit.
All right, I'll flip you.
Fuck you.
We're going to talk about Mystique Squad, kind of our process, what it was like on the day of the shoot. And let's just start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, Round the Last Turn, episode 1, we were talking about how we wanted to get into collaborative writing.
Right.
And we kind of did that for Mystique Squad.
Yeah,
so it started with your idea.
It was more collaborative than our previous ones have been, writing-wise. Mm-hmm. It started with my idea. I got to be honest, I don't remember where it came from.
That's fair.
I just don't remember how I got it. Things just, I'm an idea guy.
Yeah.
You know me, I haven't followed through on anything in my life. So I came up with the idea of this, you call an IT guys and they seem kind of normal, but kind of off. Mm. And then instead of doing anything actually that an IT guy would do, they just start to perform alchemy and stuff on your computer. And so we both kind of latched onto that idea pretty quickly, if I recall.
Yeah. I think we wanted to actually sit down and work together. Yeah. And I think I was just at work thinking about that idea. You had come in the night before and told me it. And I think I just was like, I need to write something because it really resonated with me. And then I think I told you that, and I think we just ended up both writing our own scripts.
Yeah. Because you were like, oh, I started a Mystique Squad, or whatever the working title was at the time.
We were calling it Ancient IT Guys.
Ancient IT Guys, yeah.
Yep.
I started a script and it was like, oh, I already am a page and a half in something. And so we ended up just writing our own. How it became collaborative, though, is we ended up basically picking out the parts from both scripts that were the best.
Yeah.
In general, it worked out so almost all of your dialogue was kept with a couple changes, and almost all of my action was kept.
Yes.
With a couple changes.
Yes. I think you primarily were responsible for the ritual scenes.
Yeah.
the two ritual. Again, if you haven't seen Mystique Squad, we'll probably be talking about spoilers. The two ritual scenes, and then all of the other like you and Nate, the roommate interaction, probably came from mine. But I think it was nice to bounce ideas off of each other, and because we were able to take the best parts from both. Yeah, I think it really helped the script overall.
I think this is my favorite one that we've done.
It's definitely top 2 for me.
Is Takeover still number 1 for you?
I like Takeover and Mystique Squad a lot.
We also worked. It took the longest. It was a 2.5 day shoot or whatever, or 2 day plus pickups. Yep. Whereas everything else we've done in about 11, 12 hours.
It was also the longest.
Yeah, by a pretty significant margin.
By at least
3 or 4 minutes.
I think this because this was about
6 minutes,
6 and change, as was the fridge. We were in 12 minutes, I think, for Takeover.
Oh, I thought it was like 11.
Could be 11.
Whatever.
I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah, and I agree. That's definitely our second. I think that's our strongest film.
Yeah.
But I think Mystique Squad's my favorite. We embraced absurdity a little more. Yeah. We embraced just kind of like getting out there a little more. Plus, we did a lot of fun effects.
We tend to be pretty ambitious with, how we want to film things and effects and stuff like
really
that.
It's writing. Yeah. We write because we have all these funny, what we think are funny, ideas. And it turns into a 6-8 page script, and then it turns into 6 or 8 minutes of film, and then we got to pare it down.
Right. That's fair. That's a good point. So, moving on.
Sorry.
One of the special things about Mystique Squad was it marks the first time that we brought on actors that weren't us or Alex or Chris or anybody that lives with us. Yeah. And that was the actual Mystique Squad. Yeah. Arthur and Stefan.
Nah, forget those guys.
So Arthur is actually the person who filmed Heaven Inc. Mm-hmm. So I know we mentioned him in the first Run the Last Turn. You heard the name Arthur a lot. Now you have a face to the name, and he was great. Yeah. Very talented. He was actually, when I was writing my version of the script, and I was writing Mystique Squad, he was someone that came to mind instantly. I knew, given his personality and the work that he's done in the past, I was like, he would be a great fit for one of these two characters. Right. And then you recommended Stefan as the second one.
Yeah, so he and I have been friends, very, very close friends for, good Lord, 15 years, 15 years, something like that.
Stefan, keep him honest. Do the math.
Something
Let him
like
know
that.
if he's wrong.
We were before like 6th grade, somewhere in there. Okay. He came to mind because he had the look, and I knew he had at least theater experience. Yeah. So while it doesn't always translate perfectly, at least he had some. We could give him direction, and he'd be able to use it. You know what I mean? Plus, I thought, because we were already thinking Arthur, I thought that their appearances would complement each other, because they don't look similar, but they have that same. They're both like really, really thin. Yeah. They both have like the same quality about them that I thought would complement each other well. Mm-hmm.
Another thing I liked about this film is I wasn't in it, so I like being in films. It's fun, but I also like being able to focus on camera work and directing and stuff like that. And working with them was great. It was a blast. It's always hard to direct friends and people but I thought they both did a fantastic job. And that's not just my opinion. I've heard this from other people as well. And I want to thank you guys if you have seen Mystique Squad, because it's been received pretty well, I think. We're at like 185 views right now, which is not too bad, but the feedback that I've heard from friends, family, and even, people that I don't know that have actually like reached out to us, they've all had really nice things to say. And a lot of that was directed towards Arthur and Stefan's performances, because they obviously it was designed, it was written for their performances to kind of carry the whole thing.
It's their show. Yeah. I think I technically have more like screen time, but it's very much Arthur and Stefan's show. And then I'm just kind of the needle that brings it all, sews it together.
Good metaphor. That's a metaphor.
I'm a poet.
So that was a lot of fun. Yeah. And I think it was, so Arthur had experience. He went to film school with me, which is how I knew him, which is how you knew him. It was Stefan's first film shoot. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Unless you count the stuff we made on his Handycam when we were 12.
That's another story. But that was a lot of fun, kind of introducing him to the chaos of a film shoot. I mean, they're a lot of fun, but it can occasionally be very busy and very hectic. And we were doing this all in one day. We shot everything in one day, with the exception of the 3 pickup shots where you're getting water from the fridge.
Yeah.
And it was a lot, and we actually did go a lot later than we had planned.
Yeah.
And there were a couple complications on the day, which we'll get into right now. The first being, we used a lot of props for this film. We did a lot of research into props beforehand, and they were supposed to come 2 days before we started shooting. And come Saturday morning,
they still weren't.
They still weren't here.
So we were kind of freaking out. We had the tracking idea, seeing that they would be there that day, right? But at the same time, it was like they were supposed to come 2 days before, and they hadn't been there. So we were kind of scared about that, because really, without the props, the ritual scenes just wouldn't come together the right way.
I think in that was the Tibetan singing bowl.
Yep.
The incense.
Yep.
All the candles in the second scene. I'm trying to think what else was there. I was more concerned with the stuff for the first ritual scene, because we wanted to start with that, I'm pretty sure. We had like a 9 or 10 o'clock call time.
Yeah.
And
I think it was 9.
I think it was 9. And we were like, okay, well, we'll start the first scene, and the scene with you and Nate, where he's on the couch with the Rubik's Cube. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do those first, and we'll play it by ear. Luckily, they showed up around, like, I think noon or so. So we were like, okay, whew. We were still filming the first scene when the guy showed up and dropped him off. And we were like, oh, look, hey, it's the guy that's bringing us our props. So luckily, we had that, and that was taken care of. And that could have been a lot more of an inconvenience, but we were still able to stay relatively on schedule.
It really the problem was we didn't really get started until noon.
Yeah.
So it ended up going to like 11:50 at night, or 11:45 at night, something like that. That was
It was pretty late.
It was
by the time we were cleaning up.
We didn't go to bed till like 2:30 or 3.
Yeah.
Because just the amount of stuff we had to do. I think we shot up until like 11.
That sounds right to me. Yeah.
And then we kind of cleaned up, and then we just reviewed some footage.
A couple of the other things that happened on the day of the shoot were with the second ritual scene. So if you've seen Mystique Squad, we had papers laid out beneath the laptop that had like charcoal drawing, which Stefan did, by the way. He drew the ritual circle and did a very good job. And we, of course, had lit candles on the very flammable paper.
Yeah, it was very thin, like almost parchment paper-esque.
Yeah. And we were being very cautious. The candles weren't lit when they didn't have to be.
Yeah.
However, when we were getting the shots where they were lit, there was an air vent on the ground next to all the papers.
Maybe 2 feet away from the paper.
And as we were filming, the air turned on. And if you look closely in Mystique Squad, you'll see that a lot of the flames are like flickering as if there's some kind of breeze. It looked great because it made it seem like there was like wind or like energy in the room. It wasn't intentional, and we were very scared of burning our house down.
There was a point where they all came kind of like, the papers all came up over the candles on that side.
Yeah.
And we were all like, everybody stop.
And the wide shot, I think your foot is actually like just out of frame,
holding
the paper down.
we had to meticulously frame one of them because I was like leading into the first shot.
So that got a little, a little scary there. But I'm actually going to stop recording that camera real quick so we don't have the same problem that we ran into with the first round, the last turn, where my camera stopped recording. I had 35 seconds left before that was going to stop recording. So
you're so good.
Nailed that one.
Wow.
So the second...
Wow. Wow.
Don't you patronize me.
Fireworks.
So the other funny thing that happened with the second ritual scene is... So that happened at night. We shot it at night. We weren't originally going to shoot it at night.
Right.
If you notice, there were trash bags on the window. That was the plan all along. We were going to black out the windows. It just happened to work out that the day went on long enough that it actually got dark outside. But as we were setting up that scene, and after we already had that red light bulb in there, with our windows exposed, we did have a couple neighbors like walk by and like look into this room as we were setting up this very creepy like scene with red lighting. And then we're putting trash bags up on the windows. But I did talk to them later. I don't even know if I told you this. And at that point, we had already known that we had to move. So we started with that. We're like,
Yeah.
oh, like, you know, what's your plan, all that stuff. And then I was like, oh, by the way, did you see like which was probably a creepy way to start like, hey, did you see anything sketchy going on in my house?
It's a sex dungeon. I run a sex dungeon.
Well, no, but that's exactly, so they didn't seriously think that that's what it was, but they saw a red light and
which has
camera
implications
equipment.
of its own.
They were joking like, oh yeah, like we thought you were gonna like start shooting a porno or something like that. I was like, oh my god.
I would just be like, yeah, no, I'm a producer.
It's actually a very lucrative business.
It is
like
so much money. And then just walked away.
So that was it. It was overall a very fun shoot.
Yeah,
I mean,
no bad memories.
So much thanks goes to Arthur, Stefan, and Nate for being willing to be a part of that. As far as I know, they've all had pleasant experiences, and I look forward to welcoming them back into future shoots.
Yeah,
if they're willing, because I thought they did a great job. Things that could have been better, for the shoot, scheduling. First off, when I was in film school, like we had like really strict schedules. We had an AD and assistant director to keep us on that schedule, to keep us moving, and we've never had that with what we do, and we should.
I agree. Because even when we do schedule things, we never stick to it.
No.
And basically, to be fair, the last two that we've done, it's been for reasons outside of our control that we've had to shift stuff around.
Yeah, that's true. As is the nature of filmmaking.
Yeah, but you're right, and I think part of that could be we get somebody to AD for us.
Yeah.
Because we tend to get caught up in stuff.
Yes.
I think that my fault there, my part of the blame. Mm-hmm. Took me way too long to get that. is that I get finicky about my own performance.
Yeah.
And I ask us to do it over and over and over again. It's also once again, not an actor. I make different choices in between takes.
Yes, you do.
So we never get the same take out of me.
No, we do not. Makes editing a lot of fun.
I tend to do the shotgun effect where one of these will hit, which isn't great. And I need to be better at that. But
it has worked for the most part. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you do when you mess around, like it's good that you're kind of exploring different options. And that'll come with time.
Definitely.
And practice.
Definitely. And I think we talked about this a little bit. We do kind of want to, so we actually live still very close to a university with a film program. Mm-hmm. And so we want to kind of bring in people because the university we went to actually, and we were kind of talking about, because we still know a few people there, bringing in people from that, because I think having more crew is helpful because it saves us time on setup and striking and all that. Mm-hmm. Plus just networking.
Yeah,
is always key.
And we're always working towards that goal. Yeah. We want to expand the people that we work with, and we have worked with quite a number of people so far, and we want to continue growing that, because filmmaking is a collaborative thing. Mm-hmm. And the more opinions, the more experience that we can bring on board, the better the films are going to be.
Yeah.
Another thing that could be better, in addition to scheduling, the edit timeline, everything that happens after the shoot. And it's like, we should start getting into the habit of, when we shoot a short film, have it done within the month.
And we're going to need to.
Yeah. For these we will. For the next couple. I tend to put a lot of work into edits, almost to the point of obsession, to the point where it gets a little bad. And then we have months in between when we shoot and when we release. And that's not good. Would
it help if we always edited together? I know that you're the one with the technical skill, so you do the mouse movement. Mm-hmm. I feel like sometimes when I've sat in the editing room with you, I've kind of gotten in the way. But at the same time, I feel like it might be helpful to keep us both moving forward if we're always like, hey, Mark, we have to sit down and edit today.
So that is helpful.
Yeah.
See, it's tough, right? Because I've always valued you not only as like someone who has really good ideas and obviously someone who's very talented, but also having a partner motivates me. We talked about this a little bit in the last round, the last turn, when we were talking about you not being in the house.
Right.
So in that respect, sitting down with you is like, we are scheduling X many hours to edit, and that's good. On the other hand, I hate having people over my shoulder when I edit.
Okay, so we need to work out a way that it doesn't feel like that while I still am helping. And still, we're dedicating time.
That's something we got to figure out. I don't have an answer. there's got to be a way to do it, and we have done it, and it's not a problem. Like when we're editing together, you have very good opinions and feedback, and when I'm editing something and I'm staring at it for hours, I become very desensitized to it, and that's not helpful. So having another set of eyes is a good thing. So maybe I just need to get over myself. It's very possible that that's the answer. So that's really it. I mean, do you have any other thoughts on Mystique Squad? Like,
no.
Anything for the...
Like I said at the top, I think it's my favorite that we've done so far. And I agree, it may not be our technically strongest, but I do enjoy it the most.
We do have one of the best shots.
Oh yeah, by a lot.
When people have talked about Mystique Squad, they have mentioned that specific shot.
Yeah.
I am of course talking about the dolly through the window, which we actually dollied through a window. There was no visual effects or anything. We just took out the window and all that stuff, set up our dolly going from our dining room past the bushes in front of our house, and we had enough space and we just went right on through. It's when the Mystique Squad is like entering the house. And I think that cool shot lines up with the fact that like that's the moment where it's like, oh crap, they're in.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I am proud of it. I am looking forward on taking what we learned and applying it to future shoots, which brings me to what's next. We are at
Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
October 3rd.
The 2nd
is tomorrow.
Yep.
October 3rd is tomorrow. You said Wednesday, and I was like, all right, well, I'll build on that.
Sure, okay.
We do have another short film in the works. We actually tried to shoot it on my birthday last Thursday.
Yes.
We ran out of sunlight. So we're actually going to, I don't think I told you this yet. We're aiming for this Friday in the morning.
Cool.
You'll be at work.
Sorry.
I don't start work until 10, so I'm taking advantage of that.
God damn creatives.
That should be a quick edit. That actually is going to be a very simple shoot, which is good.
Yeah.
Because I want to have that shot, keep pumping my mic,
edited
before I go to Japan.
Again.
I'm going to Japan for a week and a half. On October 13th, I leave. Technically the 12th.
Yeah.
So our tight timeline of 4 more films got a lot tighter because I'm gone for a week and a half. But I am going to try and get both this video. So if you don't see this video before October 13th, know that I failed. And also our next short film, I almost said the title, but I don't think I want to give it away yet. I don't think I'm going to say anything yet. Before the 13th. And then we'll come back and we'll have 2 months to get 3 more films. And that's where we're at. That's where we are now. That's the deal with Mystique Squad. We will have bloopers for Mystique Squad coming eventually. I think we should still try and get you set up to edit the bloopers while I'm in Japan.
Let's do that tonight. I was looking off in the distance dramatically.
Oh, okay. I'm
not going to edit it tonight.
No. I was looking at the time. But with that, anything else you want to say?
No. Stay frosty. If you've watched all the way through to this part of the video, comment, my name's Hooch Calliope and I sell eggs.
You know, eventually people are going to learn just to go to the end of the video, like the last 30 seconds, and be like, oh, what did they tell me to comment?
I'll start splashing that in throughout the rest of the film.
Next time it's going to be at like 7 minutes and 35-second mark. Guys, thank you so much for your continued support. It means a lot to us. If you made it this far in the video, damn. Good on you.
Yeah, this is a pretty long one.
This is going to be a long one.
Love you. Love your smiles. Love your faces. Have a great day.
How wholesome.